Good up.
This is Channel 253.
On this episode of the Grit and Grain Podcast.
Hey, Doug, 10 Barrel put out a new malt liquor series called Pub Ice. Yeah, so there's original and screwdriver and fruit punch.
Not available in Tennessee.
No, not at all. It's part of their Cheap Fun series.
Cheap fun series.
I know. Isn't that weird?
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah, right. Like
We were just talking about marketing and partnering with artists.
Cheap Fun.
10 Barrels like cheap fun.
Yeah.
They just
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you.
Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, where we explore and celebrate the craft beer industry, community, and history in Tacoma, Washington, and surrounding Pacific Northwest areas. Thank you so much for hanging out. Let's get to it.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Grit and Grain Podcast, coming to you guys from Peaks and Pints in Tacoma, Washington.
Yay!
Woo! My name is Matt McLaren. Here, as always, with Ron's Corner.
Well, hello.
How's it going, Ron?
It's going really well.
Good. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day to you, too.
Bethany, how's it going?
Hi, it's going well.
Good. It's going to be a good day. Doug and Phaedra are both on mic. How are you guys?
Hello. Fabulous.
Hello.
Good. Everybody having a good Valentine's Day so far?
Well, we are now because of your donuts.
Since you showed up, it's been
And brought treats.
Yeah,
Yeah.
drastically improved.
I have a picture of St. Valentine's skull as my picture on Facebook.
I just saw it.
Did you?
Do you?
I did. Did you take it yourself, or did you?
No.
get it? I didn't.
No, it's from my vast collection of photographs.
Take his
No, I
skull.
just-
Saint
never,
skulls.
you know,
No, I didn't.
Did you take his skull yourself?
Sorry, my bad.
Doug, did you have a good time at Imagine Monet
I
last night?
did. I had a lovely time.
It
at
looks
Imagine
amazing.
Moment.
Yeah, it
seriously
opens
does.
today at the...
I had the most profound
Tacoma Armory.
vertigo.
Yeah.
It is amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
The Imagine exhibits are like incredible, man.
There's two parts where the floor actually feels it's moving, and it's trippy.
Yeah.
So if you have
While
vertigo,
the walls are panning up at the same time.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
that must have messed some people up.
yeah,
In the best way.
for sure. Yeah, it's great.
Well, yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We're Sans guest today, but we wanted to just catch up, and it's Valentine's Day, and we wanted to just talk about what's going on in the industry that we love. Tied it all in. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff been happening locally and not locally that I don't know. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on. So I'm actually glad that you two are on mic too, because I'm just curious what you think about some of this stuff. So yeah, thank you all for listening again. If you haven't yet, please do the whole thing, like and follow and do all that stuff and leave reviews. It does help a ton getting new eyes and ears on the podcast, and we're trying to do that this year as much as we can. So thank you as always. What's everybody drinking? I feel like we all have different stuff.
Is Matt
in front
here?
of us.
Thought I saw him.
Sorry I came on time and ruined that joke.
Yeah,
Your beer is literally called Is Matt Here?
it's Fast Fashions.
Oh, okay.
It's their new hazy. Got a 4.3 on Untappd, and it's pretty
Wow.
tasty.
It's really good.
I can imagine.
Yeah, and imagine how many people walk into that place and go, "Is Matt here?"
Oh my God, I didn't even think about that. That's
Yeah.
probably so true.
It's really good. Nice job, Matt.
I'm drinking the Kings and Daughters Dark
Bell.
Mild.
The Bell.
Is that what it is?
Oh,
I can't
yeah.
remember the name of it. The Bell. The Dark Mild. It's delicious.
It is delicious.
I had it yesterday, and I'm having it again today.
I feel like it goes good with donuts.
It pairs very
Everything goes
nicely
good with this donut.
with
Right.
I was drinking the Pilsner, which was the what, Ron?
totally terminated by grains.
Grains of Wrath. Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's gone. It was great.
It was great.
Totally terminated it.
I was gonna say, do you want
some?
some Dalliance?
I'd love some.
I know part of the beer news thing is just talking about cool brewery projects that are coming up, and honestly, this is one of the bigger ones right now, Dalliance, which we talked a little bit about when Ricky was here last week. And her infatuation with Tristan. But yeah, it's kind of like a single hill side project, but it's partnership with an actual artist, and All the beer I've had so far has been incredible.
Yeah,
but I also love the idea that like breweries are starting to partner with artists for their work. And it kind of like leads to some like interesting sort of marketing and branding questions. And I like have this talk with a lot of breweries who like either struggle with their branding or don't know what direction to take or what actually gets people's attention on shelves. And honestly, like brand like. I screen capped a conversation that I had the other day with a friend, and he was talking about how he chooses beer from breweries that he's not super familiar with, and he broke it down in like percentages, and he was like 60% of my decision is just the style of beer, 30% is if the can looks cool, and like 10% if it's like a funny or relatable name of the beer, and I was like, that is probably like way more like consistent across the board than most people realize, which is like when you see cans like from new brewery projects started by people who are traditionally like very successful in this industry, like fucking Kevin Davey at Gold Dot, and you see that 60% of the actual can is just the name of the type of beer. It just says like West Coast IPA on it in big bold letters. It's consistent with those guys' marketing decisions. So the other way that you can go if you're like designing cans is just to like create like marketing is just creating emotional reactions in people, right? And art is like the best way to do that. So if you're a brewery and you partner with an artist, you have this opportunity to like put this really interesting, branding out, and it might actually catch more people's attention. But I have the feeling we're going to see a lot more things like this. Dalliance isn't the first to do it, but I think they'll end up being one of the most notable because the beer is also just incredible.
Right. So is it a collaboration with another brewery, or is it just brewed at Single Hill?
So it's brewed at Single Hill with some of the Single Hill guys, but it's just a separate concept.
Gotcha.
And then the artist's name is Jamaica, I think, and does like this very kind of like distinct sort of like nature artwork.
Cool.
On this like beautiful dark background.
Is it a rotating artist, or she's?
I think she is the artist.
Okay,
that's it.
Yeah, kind of like Gigantic, kind of like Great Ocean, kind of like Kings and Daughters.
Yeah, for sure. You have this really distinct style, and it's an art style. I mean, Old Schoolhouse is good at this too. Like a lot of their stuff is just paintings, like on the side of a can, and they all happen to be beer related. But I think Troy's wife in Old Schoolhouse is an actual painter, and she does a lot of the artwork. And so yeah, it's like I said, they're not necessarily the first to do this, but they are the first to sort of publicize it, kind of as like, hey, this is a partnership between really fantastic beer makers and also like a really gifted artist.
Cool.
Here's this, and I think it's a really good example to follow for breweries when they are looking for like rebranding ideas, because if you're not going to go the route that like Kevin Davey goes by putting a big gold dot and like most of his label is the style of beer, then you have to do something else that is like creative and unique and will actually get people's attention. And partnering with an artist is probably going to be the way to do that.
Right. And get it all in the front of the can.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
All in the top 30%.
But I'm excited to see what else they do. It's going to be like, they're going to be awesome, and everything I've had so far has been so good. I had I was up in Seattle last night, and they had their Pilsner on tap, and it's just like, it's not Czech, it's not German, it's kind of like distinctly American, and it has these like beautiful, delicate, like citrusy hops, and it's so clear that it's like very like deliberate in flavor, and not meant to sort of fall into any traditional Pilsner, framework, and it's very, very good. So we should crack that one next.
We should.
Ron, I know you looked up a couple of news things.
I wanted to let everybody know that the Washington Brewers Festival is back.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not at Marymore. It's at Seattle Center.
I know.
It's over by the Fisher Pavilion. And it's not on Father's Day. It's the weekend after.
Yeah.
So
lots of mixed reviews. Lots of mixed reviews so far.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts here, Ron?
I don't know. I always liked Father's Day because, especially on Sunday when all the kids were there, it was kind of cool to hang out with Dad and drink.
Did they cite a reason as to why they changed it from Father's Day, or?
I'm not totally sure why.
Okay.
But it could be, availability.
Right.
Yeah.
It's possible.
And why is it not at Marymore?
That is also a good question. I do not know.
Sure.
I don't know. I haven't seen a lot of the details either.
So
Kendall
indoors.
was the first. What's that?
Oh, indoors at the Seattle Center? Or
Nope, I think outdoors.
Outdoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it could be some of it indoors in the pavilion, like they used to do with the Belgian Beer Fest.
Yes, I remember.
It will be less muddy and shitty. That's a benefit early on. I don't know who was there, not last year, but the last time they did it, and it was like a fucking swamp. And that's
sure.
like difficult to, especially like walking around after having like 9 different breweries, barrel
Very
aged beers.
uneven. The
very
ground is very
uneven,
uneven. It's not just the beers.
Totally.
Very moundy.
Easy to trip. Yeah, moundy. Easy to trip in those
Bethany's
potholes.
been personally slighted by the uneven ground.
No, I don't think I've had any
Okay, good.
incidences that I remember.
You see, like every like 9th person just has one totally covered leg in
seriously,
mud.
'cause they
Like,
slipped on
dude,
it.
that happens constantly.
Yeah, I've never made it up there.
No, I'm curious to see what how this goes. I imagine that at the end of the day, people are just gonna be happy that it's back.
Totally.
And it's like it can still be a Father's Day thing, but just, there was something quite charming about it being actually
just give
on
them-
Father's Day.
Give your father the gift of, a week in advance of on Father's Day. Make it a gift.
Oof. I like random like local news, I guess, is if people have been following Odd Otter is finally like reopened, and that's been like an interesting saga. But I talked to Shelby, who like you guys have heard us talk about before, and has obviously been on the podcast when him and Amber collaborated for Tacoma Beer Week last year. But yeah, he's going to stay on, and that's like awesome. They kind of had like a little angel buyer come in sort of last minute, and it sounds like they're prepared to like put all of the time and money and effort into doing the things in the brewery
Right.
that the previous owners didn't have the chance
That's
to
cool.
do. So it actually could end up being like best case scenario for them. I don't think they're going to change anything like otherwise, but they're just going to update things and give Shelby a little bit more room to play, which is good because I mean he wants to do a good job no matter.
I've
where
seen
he's
some
at.
announcements on social media, and they're like, trivia's back, or
Yep.
this is back,
They're
and
trickling
we're
stuff
doing
out.
this, different things. So they're ready to go.
I imagine so. Like when I mean, he's still making beer too. When I went there, I had like a new hazy pale that he had on.
Oh, right
It was
on.
delicious. It was great.
Cool.
I wouldn't have talked shit about it in any manner.
Are they going to open upstairs?
That's a good question. I don't know. Maybe they'll let you know if they hear this.
Those stairs seem like a liability for people drinking. I'm so glad they're sticking around, though. Got a lot of memories from that place. And
Yeah, for sure.
It's really cool. They're back in business.
I know. It's like we said, it's nice to see. It's like cool to see, like young hungry brewer trying to like do a good job at like a Tacoma brewery that, has been up and down in all kinds of ways. And the last year before the closure, it was looking up in a lot of ways. And so I hope that just continues.
Yeah.
Barrel Mountain opened up a tap room in downtown Vancouver.
I saw that too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Dude, downtown Vancouver just continues
I mean,
to like,
everyone's opened up a tap room there now.
yeah, just continues to pop off.
Yeah.
There's like really good food down there now, and tons of like fantastic breweries. And then now there's just like tap rooms from breweries that are not even near the area, really.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's awesome.
I guess the Brewmaster's tap room also opened up something in Anacortes. Did you hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, they opened up something along in the marina area.
All right.
Yeah, I think it's
good for them.
I think it's just a tap room, but
Yeah.
awesome.
That's like so. It's like very positive to see people opening things instead of closing.
Speaking of opening things, I'm out of beer.
Good one, Doug. Nice one.
That was a pretty good one.
It was really timely. I was ready to talk even before that happened.
The week that Ron was out sick, we were gonna like talk about random dry January like stats that were coming up. But it was funny because there was Washington Beer Blog, Kendall, posted something about how like there was a couple of studies done about what people were doing for dry January. Are you absorbing it? Are you not? Are you just cutting back, or are you legit going dry?
Serving it from afar.
I know.
I'm taking notes. Taking notes.
Yeah, I'm just seeing what you guys are doing with it. But like there was like a ton of people, there was a ton of people participating. But what was really interesting is that the majority of people who were participating said that they were still drinking craft beer, just NA craft beer. which was like, that's like an interesting thing to think about because there's a lot of like obviously non-beer products out there. But it like kind of speaks randomly to like a couple of things. Like there's a ton of options now for NA beer, which we were talking about, right? Like
absolutely, yeah.
NA Speedway, among like plenty of others. So a lot of people have access to like better NA beer than they've had in previous Januaries where they would be doing dry January.
Yeah.
But it also means that like even during a month where you're not drinking, you still just want to like participate, which is also kind of interesting. And people, I don't know. I think there's probably a lot to be fleshed out of that idea. But if people are like willing to choose NA beer, or like the majority of people are willing to choose NA beer during dry January, then there's a lot more to it than just like the beer aspect. It's just the community and all of that. And I don't know. I think you should flesh that out. Or somebody way smarter than me should flesh that out.
Do you think Sober October will ever be a thing?
I feel like it is a thing, but only for people who like listen to Joe Rogan. That's like a popular thing they do.
What was the really the first craft NA beers out there? Was it Athletic?
I mean, there were like, I guess in terms of like modern,
At
like
least
the modern
around
iteration.
here. I think of Athletic as being the first, like, oh, this is really good. And that was what, like maybe 5 or 6 years ago it came this direction. I mean, so it hasn't been very long, this whole NA craft beer thing.
Your European ones were out a little bit.
Yeah,
before
I had a
that.
friend who
Bitburger and
Klaus Holler was the one that I always had to have in my refrigerator.
They're so bad.
But that's what I had to have
one.
because he didn't want to drink Old Duels. He's like, I'm not drinking Old Duels. This is what I want. And so whenever I knew he was coming over, I made sure that was in the fridge because that's what he liked. And he didn't drink regular beer. So,
Right.
Alcohol.
No, I thought it was for sure like the first kind of big, well, like during like the American sort of craft, NA craft sort of boom. Although there's a new one coming out now that Forbes just published about called Go Brewing. And they're like Athletic, they're just an NA brand, but all the marketing is there. And I imagine that there's like a lot of big money behind like new NA breweries now that Athletic has kind of been like this proof of concept for, you know, exploding in popularity the way they did. So I imagine this new one will be out here pretty soon too, but it's called Go. Really cool labels and all of the reviews, you know, I don't know how reliable they are when they're published in Forbes, but like NA beer is only going to get better. So as new brands pop up like that are trying to match what Athletic is doing, it's probably only going to get, you know, more and more beer-like.
Well, it seems like the really good breweries are also just branching out and just, you know, jumping into the action and doing their own. So.
Also, Forbes online advertising is ridiculous. You can't read an article without getting bombarded by pop-ups.
That's true.
Of NA beer?
Of anything.
Of anything.
Any article.
But if it's NA beer, that's how you know they're going to explode. Just Forbes reliable marketing.
Can you guys remember the last time you've picked out and drank an NA beer here at this table?
Oh man.
Yeah, I drank a bunch in January.
Online. Ron was one of the 65% or whatever.
But yeah, you weren't doing dry January.
No, I was drinking also at the same time, but I tried all of them pretty much.
And that's okay to do. You can have NA beers along with your regular beers.
Totally.
It doesn't have to be just a dry thing, you know, interspersed.
Damp January. Well, it was damp January, moist January, semi-dry.
Yeah.
I heard a lot of them this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't. I don't think I've. No.
Self-care is Three Mags line self-care.
Yeah.
Like to me, that's like
That's the
a
one.
good local version.
That's a good one.
It's been around for a while too.
Yeah, and Aaron's a very talented brewer, and I imagine if somebody was going to like unlock, you know, what might make beers like that a lot better, it would be somebody like him.
Yeah.
He did open his new job with 3 Pilsners. Remember that? His first beers were 3 Pilsners.
That's awesome. I respect that so much.
Yeah.
Just
Well,
the
because he was with
confidence.
Chainline, and that, you know, they're taking medals left and right.
Seriously, I feel like when you spent a lot of your career making Polaris pills, then that's probably okay. Which is still winning medals at World Beer
for sure.
Cup. Currently it is the best Pilsner in the world. I think it was gold last year at World Beer Cup. So yeah, he gets to do that. Oh man, what else is going on? Oh, Human People Beer opening this year, which is super interesting. On top of Dalliance, that's like another one that people are like kind of going crazy for. Although I don't totally know the story behind that one. I know that a couple of folks are former Modern Times, but that's about it.
Where are they opening?
They're going to be up in Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah. Yeah, former Modern Times, but I don't know anything about the actual beer maker or anything like that. But I'm like curious to see how it develops. I know there's other ones going on too. Then go ahead.
Well, what's the one that has like a million different things going on and also craft beer? Do you know which one I'm talking about? Like metalworking and some other things, and then also they specialize in craft
I don't know.
beer.
Say more.
Maybe
Bethany.
that.
I know, I'm like-
Well, that article had it Oregon breweries too. Maybe it was an Oregon.
Oh, the new school beer?
That big article.
Yeah.
There was
yeah,
a bunch
they
of
used
Oregon
some of
ones.
those.
Yeah.
You
There's
did-
way
you did a
more
good job
opening in
with that.
Oregon. There's way
Sounded
more opening in Oregon this year than Washington.
Oh, for sure.
There's like
Oregon,
19 different
Oregon.
new beer projects in Oregon right now.
Yeah. Wonder which one's going to be on the three-way this year.
That's a good question.
Yeah, they're tight-lipped, as
know.
always. Fast fashion's got to be in there soon.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's like fun to speculate because there's always like, which new breweries are popping up and making the most waves that a lot of people probably aren't super familiar with yet outside of like the big beer nerd realm.
Right.
And that's always one of the brands. It's one very well known one, and then one that's like much more under
Like
the radar.
Cellar Maker last year.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Ravenna and Varietal and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fast fashion, is that your pick?
Well, I think so because they're with Pizza Pals, so they've been up there and they brewed already. So
Oh, sure.
maybe they did some talkings.
Gosh, I'm trying to think of who I would even like. Who it would be? That's such a good guess because they're just like so hot out of it.
Yeah.
Brewhouse has to be on that
Right,
list
or maybe
probably too.
Fracture.
Fracture is going to be a
maybe as the third place.
Yeah, I don't know. Between fast fashion and Brewhouse, I would guess that one of them.
Yeah.
Oh, I would take some. I went around the totally opposite way.
This Dalliance German style pills is so good
Oh yeah, this is the German. This is not the one that I had.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
and such a cool little label.
I know it's
A
gorgeous.
cute little deer bounding in the snow.
And like a gold background. Like,
Yeah.
It's awesome. Oh man, it's so good.
I love the idea of the artist on cans. I know we've kind of already talked about that, but
dude.
pairing artist with craft beer just seems like a no-brainer, and it's kind of makes you wonder why hasn't that happened kind of sooner, you know?
I mean, it's probably expensive depending on how you do it.
Right, it's not just computer graphic like doot, doot, doot.
I know.
like
I'm like
plugging in your logo in a different color sort of thing.
Also, you have a weird computer.
It makes that noise.
Yeah.
I do need a new computer.
Fern must love it.
So bad. Yeah.
it's like a
video
leapfrog. Yeah. Like no wonder I can't print labels on this. I'm curious to like I don't know if anybody's done it and we just haven't noticed, but I feel like at some point it's going to be very noticeable that somebody just did like an AI art can label. Certainly that has to be on the horizon here pretty soon. Oh, that like really intricate digital art on your can. Yeah, let's see.
You're right. It's probably already been done.
Yeah.
Sure.
I know,
Sitting on
I'm
the
curious.
shelves.
Not at all sporting.
Boy, there's a brewery that's doing AI beer recipes.
What?
Something X.
Oh.
Something I can't remember. Special X maybe.
Okay.
And they have. I'm sorry, I didn't bring notes on this, but they're actually letting AI pick their beer recipe.
This is interesting. Okay, so
That's one way to do it.
I know. Did you hear the fucking
the brewer.
disdain in Bethany's voice right now? That's one way to do it. Fucking squares.
No, it's interesting. It's
Not sporting at all, though. That's
So
right, it's
diplomatic.
Not sporting.
Yeah.
So when I went to HomebrewCon in 2018, I think it was 2018 when it was in Portland, that was one of the talks actually that I went to, and I want to say it was one of the keynotes. But the guy had basically designed an AI program that would collect medal-winning beer recipes from like contests all over the country, and then basically like his algorithm would create like an amalgam recipe that connected all of them, and so it would be like a combination of every award-winning recipe, and so essentially your saison beer would technically have like 57 gold medals behind it because it's a collection of all of these, and so he brewed one and let everybody try it, and it was interesting, and it was like it was like an interesting illustration of like how much beer is art as much as it is a science. Because if you have a beer in front of you that was designed by, artificial intelligence or something, or the recipe is a collection of a bunch of, 57 different award-winning recipes, you have like the hard work of 57 different very talented people behind this one thing, and all of the soul is gone. Yeah. And maybe there's like I'm sure there's like an idea of like this guy just explained to me for an hour how this wasn't designed by a person but by his fucking computer. And the idea was really cool, and he even made it open source, which I thought was really cool. But it was hard not to think like, damn, like I could never learn anything about the person behind this beer because there isn't one. And that's like the thing that I like about beer is like how expressive it is of the people behind it, or at least those are the beers that I enjoy the most. And when beer is like honest or expressive, I was actually just talking to Paul at Ale Apothecary about this exact thing. Like that's been a goal of his in his entire career is, treating beer the same way you would treat art, and giving people a way to like get to know him through his product, through his art. And you can't do that with beer that's designed by
Well, you just get AI to create a personality that theoretically designed the beer.
Right. Or,
always a workaround.
Mass-produced beer, you could argue it's kind of already doing that anyway.
That's true too.
It's like once the bigger you get, what's the difference? I don't know.
But I will say that like if you're a person trying to get into brewing and there's like a recipe that is like foolproof and it was generated by AI, and you make a beer that's good that maybe you wouldn't have been able to because you don't have the quirks of the systems that were behind the other award-winning recipes that you might have just read. I don't know, maybe there's some value to it in that way, but I don't know. I have mixed feelings about it.
The brewery is called Species X from Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Freaking Columbus.
All the awards.
I found a couple other ones too that are doing it.
Yeah.
AI, man. Columbus won every award this year.
That one I was trying to think of is called Astro Zombie Biolabs, and they're opening in McMinnville.
Wow.
Oh, that's right. And they're doing like 100 different things.
Utilizing ceramics, 3D printing, scanning, laser cutting, vacuum forming, CNC machines, physical, digital arts, metalworking, textiles, ... and beer.
What?
Wow.
Is beer at the end of the list?
I was gonna say, yeah. Where does the beer fit
Still
in
made that.
exactly?
It made the list.
I think
of
that
new breweries
brings them
opening.
up to 4 breweries in that little town.
McMinnville. Yeah, they're popping right now.
What should we have?
I know,
next?
there's like some
We have-
lovely...
Yeah, we have 4 bottles
We
there.
have care.
The Floodlands.
The Floodlands, yeah.
This?
It's probably just right for temperature.
And then we should probably take a break here.
Okay.
It's about that.
Yeah, we can do that. I'm actually...
Here comes the phone.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, it's live.
Mad Dog.
I know I want it. So when Barry and Ray were here from Lucky Envelope, Ray was talking about the blood alcohol content initiative in Washington, and it sounds like that's like starting to be a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, with a couple other random. I might, yeah, but
That's not sporting either. There you go.
I know. See, it's all bad news. Well, yeah, we're gonna take a super quick break, pour this beer out real quick, and we'll be right back.
If you like this podcast, check out MoveToTacoma.com. MoveToTacoma.com is a neighborhood guide, blog, and podcast to help people in Tacoma, Pierce County, and beyond find their place in the city of destiny. More information at MoveToTacoma.com.
Welcome back. Thanks for hanging out during the break.
Yay!
Yay.
I have so many beers.
As always, shout out to... I know there's so many beers. Shout out to Doug, our wonderful producer.
Yay, Doug!
Yay, Doug.
Hey.
Thanks, everyone.
We love you.
Thank you, Doug.
I always get this extra attention for every episode. It just seems weird.
Because it's great.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
would.
And you're also wearing a Barley Browns hat.
I am wearing my brother, yeah.
Oh, nice.
I played a gig there.
That's
once,
that's
Whoa.
a pretty like OG
played a gig
craft
there
beer
with Billy
call out.
Steers. Yeah.
Oh, right on.
They were the coolest people.
Yeah?
They were just beautiful with us. They were friendly. They ordered food from the place next door, brought us steaks. They gave us swag. They were the nicest
They
people.
make great beer too.
Yeah, they were very
so
hospitable. They were great.
Yeah. Thank you as always, Doug. And shout out to Channel 253.
Yep.
Please do check them out. It is fantastic, and we're so happy to be a part of that network.
Thanks.
All right, we have newish beer in front of us.
Yeah,
We're drinking Floodland right now.
That's good stuff.
For Valentine's Day. See, this is why you come and hang out at Peaks and Pints on Wednesdays in the side room.
Is Doug here?
Jesus Christ.
Phaedra wanted to talk about the donut that, some of us still have in front of us.
I have one bite left.
If you want to.
I feel like
I want to
should.
talk about it too, Phaedra. It's got cardamom sugar on the outside of it. So Matt made these donuts. The inside is coffee
cream.
Cream.
And,
Turkish coffee cream.
Yeah, and
Turkish.
pistachio praline.
It's
I
insane.
mean,
It is.
so
They
good.
were so good.
Yeah. Yeah, mine's gone. I don't know about you guys, but mine's
I'm leaving one bite to save for after the egg.
I know. I'm
So I can have dessert
embarrassed
after
We
the
went
egg.
that those are
backwards.
destroyed.
We went backwards. We had our dessert first,
Ron
which
asked
is
for pink deviled eggs, and I made them because Ron.
Are those coming out at some point? Are we saving those for a certain
look
moment?
beautiful.
I don't. Yeah, pop them.
yeah.
There's a couple of them that still.
They went through a car ride. Before you ran here.
They're scrambled deviled eggs.
They're scrambled.
You know what? I don't care.
That's all right. Some of them still look okay.
Yeah.
I even did like the wax paper thing. Like tried to really. That's okay. They still look like Valentine's Day.
Ooh. Curry?
Curry. Curry deviled egg.
Oh,
gosh.
damn. That is brilliant.
Is your mind blown, Doug?
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Curry and a deviled egg? Yeah, it is.
It's
Me
like,
too, to be honest.
It's perfect.
It's
Yeah,
really
there's no
good.
reason not to do it.
That is
little bit of
so
Greek
much
yogurt.
better with the curry. I mean, I like deviled
Curry's
eggs,
like, all
but
right,
this
all
is
right, I just got it.
like next level. This is so good.
Did you think of that? Or is that right?
No. This is. I
Just
changed a
say
couple
yes.
things about it, but it was inspired by a little Instagram recipe.
I'm standing up.
For what, Ron?
That's everything I hoped for.
Oh my gosh.
There's more than
so
that.
good.
But a curry in there. It's the same.
Good.
It's a perfect flavor for a deviled egg. Crazy.
Dude, I'm glad it's changed your whole world now.
Let's do food instead of beer.
This was really hard, so no.
So no.
This is all fresh, made today, and I had to work at the
It's
same time.
so good.
So
Thank you, Matt.
once a year, I will bring you guys treats because I love you.
Thank you, Matt.
Amazing.
So hard.
Now I can have my dessert.
We got
Now you can have your dessert.
Oh, and with that,
a little sidetracked.
Oh, I know. Sorry. Anyway, we were talking about beer.
But it's okay.
No, before. Oh yeah, there's extras of those. Before we were talking about how when Ray and Barry were here, we were discussing the blood alcohol content being reduced from 0.08 to 0.05, and it sounds like there's at least one or two people actually trying to put that forward now. Obviously, to the chagrin of a lot of breweries, because it's really gonna fuck stuff up.
You know, now I think about it, Marcus brought it up to you.
Yeah,
talking about
it's
the
like a pretty
legal
big
stuff.
deal.
So yeah,
And it sounds like it would be a no-brainer because you're just like, oh, like, you know, you shouldn't be drinking. Obviously, you should not be drinking and driving or driving and impaired in any kind of
Right.
way. But like, most people will probably tell you correctly that 0.08 is not really that impaired. That is already like the fucking minimum. And there's already one state that has a 0.05 law, Utah, and it has not reduced any sort of like fatality statistics or anything like that. So there's literally no evidence. This has already been case tested for an entire state, and there's no evidence that this would actually do anything. But like, there's always people who just kind of look for like symbolic, you know, like, oh, look at what we're doing to reduce this statistic. And it seems like it would be an effective thing, but it's just not at all.
Do you happen to know, like, if you're a normal-sized person and you have a pint of your average IPA or something, what does that put your blood alcohol level at in 30 minutes later?
I mean, it would depend on the beer, but like generally
6.5 or
0.08 is a lot of people consider it to be like a beer per hour. Like something like that.
but even I think it's even like a 5% beer. So like a 7% pint in 1 hour is probably you're easily at 0.08 if you're
Probably.
Wow.
yeah, like 0.05 is
Trying to put it in
it's not
practical
going to do what
terms.
they think it's going to do. Like
I don't think so either. I think
In my opinion.
to a lot of folks who aren't familiar, it will sound like a great idea.
Right.
And the politicians that are pushing that stuff forward will seem like they're getting shit done, but it just doesn't.
Unless it's meant to raise revenue. You know, I mean, you just
for sure
essentially pull somebody over, and you
Right.
suddenly have revenue.
That's true too. If the state's hurting for money, you might as well lower the threshold for what is considered a heinous crime. Ray had a lot to say about it, and I know that a lot of breweries are, going to be fighting against this sort of thing. Same with the lowering the liquor volume tax on premixed cocktails. That's another one that obviously small breweries are having a hard time with, because just Washington State's liquor taxes are notoriously high, which is that's kind of its own thing. But when you have so much of the drinking market choosing pre-made cocktails already, even with the liquor taxes on them being so high, if you lower them, it's just going to continue to make breweries struggle more and more. So there's kind of two sides to it. Obviously laws like the blood alcohol content, that's a little bit arbitrary and just damages breweries really for no reason. But it also kind of puts the onus on breweries to do everything they can to attract new consumers with laws like the liquor tax law. Yeah. So I don't know. It's going to be a stressful year, I think, if some of this stuff actually goes through.
Can we talk about that most American thing that you mentioned during the break there, Ron?
Out of Tennessee.
I know. I'm so curious about this.
Yeah, 2 Republican lawmakers have introduced a bill that would prohibit the sale of refrigerated or cold beer in that state in order to curb DUIs.
That is so fucking...
I know.
That is insane.
It just drives me nuts. This country drives me fucking nuts.
Try to pry it from my cold hands. I dare you, Tennessee.
You're like...
I'm gonna carry around like a bucket with dry ice in it. Car, just drop it in there.
That's it. Then so they will sell it to you warm, and then you've got your cooler in your car, and what are they going to have a law against ice in your car?
I drink warm beer in my car all the time.
So you just throw.
I don't care about these laws.
That's what beer reps do, right? They all have. They all have coolers in their car
in our cars
to keep the beer cold, so that when they drop it off, because Norm told us, you got to have your samples be cold.
Man. Yep, gotta have your samples cold.
It's just.
I don't know if the craft brewers is going back to that state.
Dude, honestly, so Zool is in Tennessee. It's a fantastic brewery. They won, I think they won top 3 medal at World Beer Cup last year for their hazy IPA. One of the best breweries in the country right now. And I can't imagine being that guy and looking at a law like that.
Cultural
going, what the fuck, dude? I specifically make one of the best beers in the world that needs to stay cold. You motherfuckers.
Tennessee, Texas, Florida.
So the blood alcohol, I looked it up just to make sure. Depending on how much you weigh and what you're drinking, it can be 3 to 4 drinks in an hour. Gets you up to 0.08.
Well, that's
really?
You have a little bit more.
Really?
Okay.
It depends.
It's 5 for me.
It depends. It said for every drink, your BAC can go up by 0.02. Again, depending on what you're drinking, depending on how much you weigh.
Okay. So this barley wine is probably going to...
Well, that's the greatest news I've heard today, Phaedra.
I know.
What are we opening next?
The Google, it's great. The Google's awesome.
This whole podcast has been a bummer until Phaedra said we could have 5 drinks.
Oh,
wait, I didn't say 5. What?
No, I heard 5. I don't know what you're doing. Give me an inch.
Sure.
One of the other things that I pulled up, this has come up a couple of times actually recently, but I don't know if you guys saw the top 25 style category growth percentages for 2023.
That was interesting.
It's super interesting. Yep. And there's a couple of so this is national statistics, so it's a little bit funky, but there's a couple of interesting ones.
And what's going down too? Is there?
So it's stuff. It's where they place on the popularity scale, and then their percentage growth in sales nationally for the last 52 weeks. So basically all of 2023, American IPA, and some of the actual style categories might not be super accurate to whatever the type of beer is, but American IPA. Is it is its own style category, but still number 1, but actually down a little bit from previous year. But Imperial IPA, which for me, like I work at a distributor. I work with 50 different breweries, and a lot of them don't release Imperial IPAs right now because they just don't sell very well. But nationally, they're selling like crazy. Really? And they're up like 27% over previous years.
But not locally.
I would not say that Imperial IPAs are like a big hit at the moment. But we also have talked on the podcast before about how, specifically the Northwest, but a lot of like metropolitan areas that are like really highly developed beer markets are probably a bit ahead in terms of like market trends by a couple of years. So 3 or 4 years ago, big giant IPAs, double IPAs were super popular here. Yep. And a lot of other places they weren't. But a lot of local breweries were making big hazies that were 8 or 9%, and people were going nuts for them. Not as much anymore. It's much more like lighter, paler, San Diego style, like very pale, very aromatic driven beers. And hazy pales are now starting to be like the new thing. Ilk we talked about when they were on last year, and like Pat's whole thing was like, I want to make light, full-bodied hazy pales. And that's a really common trend across the Northwest, I would say. So here, Imperial IPAs aren't super popular, but everywhere else, they're popping off like crazy. And some of this could be too, like, you have like 19.2 ounce cans in like every convenience store, and like Lagunitas in New Belgium and a bunch of like big craft breweries. Yeah, like they're releasing big double IPAs for like $3 or $4 for a 19.2 ounce can. Like certainly that's going to be
Cigar
a lot
City
of people's.
Just introduced double High IPA in 19.2.
Yeah, see, that's
double.
Yeah, double highlight. What else was
Do you
on
have
here?
them?
Huh? I do.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna pour some of this tough love real quick.
Phaedra
said I could.
You could.
I remember
That's,
that loggers went down.
Let's see. Vienna Lager is still in the top 10, but did go down.
What about pale lager?
Pilsner's number 12, but actually up a little bit. American Lager is up also. It's up like almost 10%. The big hit.
What about malt liquor?
So
Where's that? Well, you don't have that on there? What's wrong? Oh, come on now.
American Light Lager, also down low on the list, but still up from previously. Okay. Which is like, that makes sense. In fact, almost every lager or pale lager category is like up for everything in the top 25. So yeah, Pilsner, American Lager, and American Light Lager are all up in volume, probably for like a myriad of reasons, but also a lot of craft breweries are just making those kinds of beers themselves. Bock is in the top. It's number 11, which I didn't. Yeah. I can't like figure out what that is. Like,
I don't know. I'm
to.
seeing a lot of Bock festivals pop up.
Maybe like. It's still like pretty consistent too. It's like down 1%.
What's the goat population at? Is that a thing?
That's a good question.
I could do my Tennessee impersonation and ask you, how's warm beer doing on that list? It's shooting up the charts.
It's about to get really popular.
Yeah.
Sour ale was like so that's a big one because they're already low on the list, but they're also down 20%. So like sours across the board. And this is actually one that is consistent with the Northwest, and it's heartbreaking to even say, but me too. It's like, honestly, I mean, we've gushed about lambics, and obviously we just popped a Floodland for Valentine's Day bottle. Like the sours, not only are the sours made in the Northwest by really great breweries, really fantastic, but just as a style, it's like so much fun to like explore. And lambic, of course, is like one of my favorite things ever. So it's a bummer to see that sour ale is already so low on the list and then is going down in popularity.
So I guess a drawback would be that is if you had a limited tap room or limited tap list, some of these things that are low down the list just wouldn't be available anymore. Like you would go into a place and, you don't have a sour on tap anymore because it's less popular.
Sort of, yeah. And it ends up kind of like exacerbating itself because it's like, they're not as popular, so I'm not going to carry them. They're just going to continue to decrease in popularity because we're not going to carry them. People have the same complaints about like when they're like, IPAs are, how come everything you sell is IPAs? Which is never the case. People are really dramatic about that. But if IPAs are 30% of the market and like 1/3 of somebody's beer selection is IPAs, that kind of matches. Yeah. So like you can't be too mad about that. But yeah, when you get down to like, okay, I have this limited number of taps, 12 taps, and I'm going to pick the 12 beers I know I'm going to sell the most. Yeah. Sours are less and less likely to be one of them, which is super unfortunate.
All right. Hey, Doug, 10 Barrel put out a new malt liquor series called Pub Ice. Yeah, so there's original and Screwdriver and Fruit Punch.
Not available in Tennessee.
No, not at all. It's part of their Cheap Fun series.
Cheap Fun series.
I know.
Isn't that weird?
It's a little on the nose.
Yeah, right. Like
We were just talking about marketing and partnering with artists.
Cheap Fun.
10 Barrels like cheap fun.
Yeah.
They just part of their headache on the couch series.
Yeah.
They just use like word clouds to come up with their,
I
their
guess.
marketing shit.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, though.
For my heart.
There you go, Doug.
Hitting marketing. Right in the heart.
Did everybody
That's
get the tough love?
We did, thank you.
Tough Love was good.
20.
Oh, just now?
2020
Sorry, I thought you meant from when I was a kid.
I'm digging it.
Crux. That's a theme.
Oh no, we've gone back into
I just can't. I can't help it.
Matt did it again.
I made it sad.
I'm going to wait for the dog.
Valentine's Day.
Yeah. I know, honestly, it's all been a bummer so far. I feel bad. There's good news. Breweries opening.
What's been a
breweries
bummer?
reopening. I don't know. I feel like a lot of the news we're talking about is like all goofy stuff. But like,
You're right.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Although I was curious you guys' thoughts on. Did you guys all watch the Beer Aficionado TikTok about?
Yes.
About like the term craft.
I didn't see it.
Okay,
I don't have TikTok.
that's fine.
Well,
You should get it,
old.
and he's the only person you should follow. His takes are really good, and I like his stuff a lot actually. And it's all like some of the perspective is all national, so
Okay.
it's like data that's not like we were just talking about.
you.
It's not always consistent.
Yeah.
Not always consistent with the Northwest
Yeah.
as its own like independent market. But he was like. He was basically, he does these like
Right.
predictions every year, and he did like his top, 6 or 7 predictions for 2024. And one of them was, among others, but one of them was he is curious if breweries are going to start dropping craft as a qualifier, like craft brewery. And it was actually in response to a TikTok that got very, very popular. But it was literally just a woman going like, I'm so sick and tired of IPAs. Like, why is everything IPAs all the time? Which is like goofy because it's not. But also it got like 1 million likes, and like there's obviously this huge group of people who really only associate craft beer with just IPAs,
I was just going
with
to say
beer
there's
they
so
don't
much
like.
more to craft beer than IPAs.
But obviously you
so-
wouldn't know that, right? Like if your scope is not dialed right, you wouldn't know that. And so his point is, at what point are breweries doing themselves a disservice in terms of optics in the market by continuing to just refer to themselves as craft? It doesn't really mean what it used to mean anymore. And like obviously with huge like conglomerate like holdings companies buying small craft breweries and continuing to call them craft and market them that way, the word just kind of does lose a lot of its meaning. And so he was like, should it just be dropped completely? Like, should you just, he said independent brewery or like family-owned brewery or something that's like, you could still distinguish yourself in those terms.
I feel like project could be in there. Like,
Well, yeah, like fermentation project
yeah,
is
like
like
something project.
I mean, yeah, we're
like,
drinking Crux right
tells
now.
me
Yeah.
it's definitely not a craft brewery that's been like bought out,
Oh, sure.
I don't
Because
know.
it used to be micro. It used to be by size, like
It was
macro versus
micro.
micro,
It was
and
microbrewery for a
Microbrewery,
long time.
yeah.
nano.
Yeah,
and all
Brewery
of that.
Association's been using independent for a while.
Yeah.
They're trying to
Right,
push that.
and they
Yeah,
have
for
the
sure.
Yeah.
they have the logo that you can put on your beer.
Yeah.
And Budweiser did a really funny like. I don't know if you remember when this came out, but when they launched the independent certification logo, and like Elysian and Wicked Weed and like 10 Barrel all made like a video together, and they were like, "This isn't fair, guys." And it was like really, it's pretty cringy, man. They were like, "We should all be fighting against wine. We should join forces. This isn't going to do anybody any favors." And we're like, "You guys all got paid $10,000 to do this. There's no fucking way." Yeah.
Goddamn. Peach
It was
pumpkin.
the goofiest shit I've ever seen. I can't even believe they let these guys do that. But yeah, that made the rounds a couple of times when that first came out. But I don't know. I'm like curious. Like, what do you?
Like the barley wine?
How do you guys think? Like, how do you guys think that affects anybody's perception? Obviously, we all know what craft beer means or craft brewery means. But if you're somebody who's not really
It's kind of what I built Peaks on, is being a craft
craft
bar,
beverage
bottle
Craft
shop.
beer
Yeah.
bar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like our like logo, like right under our logo for my distributor is like craft beverage solution. You know what I mean?
Absolutely,
Like
yeah.
it's the idea is that like these are small, independent, high quality, all of this stuff. But craft does craft doesn't necessarily mean that anymore because people are just using it to call your thing whatever.
Yeah.
I also thought it was interesting because like it also kind of opens, because like when I think craft brewery, you think of beer immediately, but like we were just talking about, there's a lot of craft breweries that are making like a non-alcoholic beer, or they're making seltzer, or they're like making soda. Like Great Notion just released a soda that's fucking delicious. It's the best soda I've ever had.
Really?
And you wouldn't think about it because they're just
Is that rated G?
It's rated G.
Yeah, it's delicious.
Like
Absolutely
a cherry
delicious.
cream soda, and I just had no
what?
clue that they even did that, and it's incredible. But
I want to try that.
I know, right? Maybe when you drop the craft and you're just called a brewery, does it like
They're
open
craft
up
beverage
the idea? Does it open up the idea that like a brewery is more than just beer? It's seltzer or soda.
Are you saying a beverage? You're a beverage company then.
beverage.
You're not just a brewery. You're a beverage company.
But does that idea in itself hurt the beer world or help the beer world?
I don't know. I think the people that don't like craft beer they just have that already in their head that craft beer sucks, and because somehow they tried something that was craft in quotes, and they.
Men's Room Red.
And
I almost left this whole world because of that beer.
It's wrong.
I don't know. I just think that some of those people, whatever that means, are just the decision's already been made, right? I don't know if you can turn it around.
Maybe, but if you redefine brewery and to mean something that like this is like a small. So like the way I think about it is like. The next generation or whatever of consumer, if brewery ends up being redefined as something that like lots of different things are made there, like small and independent, and they just make beverages that are delicious, and you just go there to hang out. And like if you drop the craft, then like the preconceived notion of what you're actually going to experience there might change too.
I think so.
Yeah. Which I thought was interesting.
Artisan?
He didn't really bring it.
What if you call it artisan or
Sure.
something?
Yeah, artisan
or
came to my mind too.
Specialty.
I think there'll be another
or
name, like somebody will do it.
Yeah.
That's coming, the up and coming, the next up and coming thing. With probably the younger generation will come up with the new craft beer term.
Barry tagged specialty beers right when he opened Pint D.
Oh yeah,
Instead of
that's
craft.
true.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't even think about that, but
Yep.
you're totally right. Leave it to that guy to see the writing on the wall, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of breweries too who don't refer to themselves as breweries. But they specifically just say beer. So like Ilk beer or varietal beer, they don't want to be called brewery. Maybe for that exact reason, but on the opposite end, they don't want to be seen as somebody who might produce these other things. They want
'Cause they're
specifically
just doing beer.
Like we are just beer.
That's
like,
what we're here for.
Yeah. This is what
Nothing
we're good
else.
at. We're not fucking around.
Yeah.
Like if you want a seltzer, go down the street or whatever
Yeah.
it is. Right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have like breweries kind of already doing this, but almost on the opposite end. And I think it might take something new for a brewery to go, we're a brewery and we make all of this stuff. Maybe maybe they already do.
Something more inclusive.
Yeah,
kind of,
exactly.
Than like the 40-year-old craft beer scene that's maybe dated to some
Yeah.
Sure.
younger folk.
I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I thought
Very
it was super
interesting.
interesting.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any fuck up stories? If you don't, we've got another like 3 or 4 minutes here before.
What is that? Time's gone by that.
The time has
I know I've
gone
been
by.
talking
Already?
a lot. Sorry.
It's been a lovely time.
Wait,
lovely
what are we?
food,
Oh,
lovely company,
do we
lovely
need to tell
beer.
what we're drinking? This.
Oh, yeah.
now?
It's the Saint Bernard sized.
I thought you were going to say St. Bernardus.
I know. No, it's not.
It is hair of the dog.
It is hair of the dog.
Yeah.
St.
Doggy
Bernardus
claws.
is a totally separate
Totally
beer.
different.
And I was like, Doug, we failed you.
No.
This is our fault, not yours.
Not even.
Ron brought a magnum of doggy claws.
Yeah.
It is good.
For Valentine's Day.
Yeah, it is good.
Happy Valentine's
Isn't
Day.
Sveckel Mania this weekend in Portland?
This weekend?
Is it? Or
It
next
might be.
weekend?
Oh man, I should have looked at the date.
I think it's this coming weekend.
Yep. I should have looked at the date.
Yeah.
That is a fantastic.
Yeah,
fucking
about 50
festival.
breweries opened up their doors
Yep.
for the public.
Yep.
What's it called?
Zvickelmania.
Mania.
I've never heard of that.
So you can pull beer right off the tank.
Exactly.
And, try it. Super duper duper fresh.
Oh. sounds fun.
This stuff is
Yeah.
really.
I know. I actually had a really hard time picking up that bottle because I have tendonitis in my elbow right now. And that's
So much tennis.
It'll be easier to pick up once it's empty.
no, it's risotto elbow. That's what I call it.
Risotto elbow.
I don't get tennis elbow. I get risotto elbow.
Stay away from the sushi.
The pasta.
Oh my god.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Hey, cheers. Cheers to Sean
indeed.
Jackson, actually.
Cheers.
Give Sean,
Love you guys.
give Sean a little love. Ching, ching.
Oh my gosh.
Can your
bottle's
risotto
very-
arm pass me that?
You'd almost
Magnum?
think there is too much
My
of a
grip
thing
strength
as
is fucking garbage right now.
as barley wine with that bottle. All right.
I don't have a fuck up story. I feel terrible.
I don't either.
Mine's too long to tell in 3 minutes.
I like
You have his fuck up
I
story.
like do little fuck ups all the time. Like all of mine are like tiny, but it's just all the fucking time. And I sent an email on Monday on my phone, and I was trying to type thanks again, and I typed thanks Ghanaian. So like
funny.
somebody, I'm just a dipshit like that. But I just do that stuff every week, and I never even
Totally.
consider it. Like it's not a fuck up story.
I think
All
But I
last
am
week was a
fucking up.
fuck up story.
What happened to you?
Well, I was sick and
Oh,
my
that's
computer
true.
busted and I couldn't find my glasses.
Yeah, actually, you had a weird week.
My car was in the shop. It was awful.
Yeah, I didn't have the room booked out, so
Yeah.
that was on me.
Dude, I know we
I really thought
Everything
I
happened
checked.
last
we were sitting
I
here so
thought I
awkward,
checked. I really did.
but it's okay.
But I owned it.
Wasn't a fuck up.
I owned it.
We do have some cool stuff coming up in the next few weeks, though, so hopefully you guys will stay tuned, actually.
Lowercase is going to roll through, right?
Yes, they
All
are.
Nice with the Douglas.
Yeah, I'm like, that bottle says brewed in Tacoma on it, and I'm like really excited to talk about that. Because I don't think that people totally understand the context of that project.
What's this one? What? I missed it.
Douglas, the Douglas beer that Lowercase
Oh,
is releasing.
okay.
Yeah,
Yes. Douglas.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
have our own, very own Douglas.
Brewed in
We do.
Tacoma.
Yeah.
I know, we do have our own Douglas.
Speaking of Tacoma, Billy from Narrows is going to roll through too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
Right
which Billy's awesome, and he's he's previously a New York beer industry person,
Yeah.
and just has a heinous amount of
Oh
stories.
my gosh, they're incredible.
Really?
stories.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Trying to
So,
deal with the bars in Manhattan.
In, like the middle of New York as
Yeah.
a salesperson. I don't know, man. We all
I
bitch
guess that
about
could be,
we all
yeah.
bitch about it out here. I can't
Yeah.
even fucking imagine.
Right.
So I'm super excited to talk to Billy. And then cool stuff coming up in March too. So yeah, hopefully you guys stay tuned. We'll start letting you know who's coming through in case you want to come and hang out live.
All right, Grit and Grainers. Email us at cheers@gritandgrainpodcast.com with your comments, opinions, and a list of beers to drink this President's Day weekend.
Yay!
This President's Day weekend. Such as Mattress Sale Old Ale, Opie Hayes Maize 8 Lager, Fillmore Malt Liquor, Lincoln Bach of the Head Hellas, and Behoover You to Dunkelweizen. We read and drink everything we receive, and we try to reply as quickly as can. If not online, then on air. You can subscribe to Grit and Grain. I put quickly back in there.
I heard that.
Yeah.
But
I
it
noticed.
actually says on my sheet fast.
Okay, yeah, but you can't you can't stop.
I almost
Won't
called
stop.
911
Can't stop,
when
won't
you
stop.
said quickly.
Google Play, iHeartRadio, and please leave us a review. Also, check us out on 253 channel.
Doggy claws.
Doggy Claws. Putting the claws into me. Be sure to follow us on Facebook and Instagram for episode notes, beer news, and updates on how chocolate-forward Valentine's Day celebrations went. Because chocolate contains phenethylamine, right?
I don't know. I feel like this is
He's not saving you, Ron. Just
don't
No,
let
he's
me.
not. He's eating his donut.
He's
Which
so
is the
good.
same chemical that's released in the brain when you have such positive...
Pheromones.
Not that.
No.
Serotonin.
Kinda. That's released when the brain with such positive experiences as cold beer, Turkish coffee donuts, curried deviled eggs, or breaking out that Hershey syrup for that midnight striptease when you see chocolate akin to catnip. It drives lovers to delirium. In fact, back in the day when harems were popular, emperors would sip on mugs of extremely potent drinking chocolate to boost their mojo.
Drink.
Sources say it was a secret of Castanova's success, too. So much for being a romantic, though. Castanova didn't actually share any of the chocolate with the women he was seducing. He kept it all for himself, that prick. If this podcast is not what you expected, please alter your expectations. Monet enjoyed painting in his garden, especially among the herbs. Unfortunately, he ran out of time to finish them. No such thing as bad time to visit Tacoma. No such thing as too much barley wine.
Indeed.
There's such thing as fuck-ups on the outro. Tune in next Friday for more Sweet Chatter. Cheers.
Cheers. Happy Valentine's Day.
We forgot to woo on the barley wine.
Oh, we did.
Ready? 1, 2, 3.
Woo! Doggy claw.
Phenethylamine.
Thanks again for tuning in. Don't forget to follow us at Grit and Grain Podcast wherever you get your social media and catch new episodes every Friday. Cheers.
Good up.
Channel 253 is member supported. I'm producer Doug Mackey, and I hope you will show your support by going to channel253.com/membership and join. Thank you. Grit and Grain is part of the Channel 253 podcast network. Check out our other shows: Nerd Farmer, Interchangeable White Ladies, Move to Tacoma, Crossing Division, Citizen Tacoma, What Say You, We Are Tacoma, Flounders B Team, and Taco Man.
This is Channel 253.